class.
Yes.
Now, when you start to talk about Portugal, for example, and you say, let's look at Portugal. So you say, who do they have in defense?
Pepe and Diaz.
Is there a debate about, is there an explanation about their quality?
Nope.
Is there a need to explain, but you know they play well here, but you see they are from the Basque side? Is there an explanation?
Nope.
It's automatic. Left back, the boy called Mendes. Okay, then you go to midfield. Palhinha, there's no doubt about him.
Yeah.
You can tell he needs to calm down. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's a reason Bayern want to sign him. Then you go forward, you look at Bernardo Silva. It's no doubt. You're not asking questions. Bruno Fernandes, you're not asking questions. Even that Leao fella, you're not asking questions. Like, you can see, like, you don't have, no one has to sit here and explain why Portugal has talent. Like, or to think they are a really good team, talent. There's no, it's clear. That's what I mean with, when you look at the Dutch. Like, he has to explain, but Simon is good because he plays, I don't know. That's what I mean when I talk about talent. Like, there's no debate.
Yeah.
Like, the talent, like, just the talent.
Even from the bench, Jota.
It's the talent. I literally had to look at that keeper. I was like, hold up. Why does this boy play again? Because I like him. He's been my best keeper of the tournament. I like him.
Hey,
That
okay.
boy, I like him. I like him. I just
Diogo
like,
Costa
yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
I had to go. I'm like, nice.
from Porto.
You know, they even have nice stories like Sergio Conceição's son comes on and scores. Nice stories. You know Sergio Conceição, if I take you back to Euro 2000, he was benched. Because the most decorated, the most stacked team for Portugal was the Euro 2000 team. It was stacked like a nonsense. So he couldn't start. So they won the first two games. First game they beat England. England raced to a 2-0 lead. And then Figo happened. Figo and Rui Costa and Nuno Gomez and 3-2. They won their second game. That game now they played the reserves. Sergio Conceição, who's now the coach of Porto? Coach of who?
Yeah, he's left now.
He's left now. Here.
Yeah.
He came on. He scored a hat-trick in anger. So when I saw his boy come on and score, I was like, oh, nice. You know the stories he was saying. Nice. So you don't have to explain Portugal.
And it made you feel old, right?
The only no,
The moment.
I am.
Come on. More older.
No,
You
I
had
am.
to use that card.
I am okay with. I understand. I know I am old when Michael Owen and Fabregas are doing analysis.
Okay.
I'm old when none of you can remember Vieira playing. I'm like, yeah, I am old. Because I saw him sign for Arsenal and I saw him leave. And you guys are like, you never watched Vieira. So I'm like, yeah, I know.
Umejikubali.
Grey hair, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean with the top team. I think they look decent. Their only weakness is that their star player, they have to cover him a lot, but they're doing a decent job of doing it.
Cover him a lot in terms of what?
Because he can't run as hard as he can, and he's dirty, whatever he is. But they do a good job of
Covering.
They're doing a decent job of making sure it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Whether it's to play to him, whether it's to whatever it is they're doing. So it doesn't stand. It's a bit like what the Argentinians did with Messi last year.
Yeah.
You find a way. You find a way and everything looks okay. But the Portuguese look like a decent
They look
team.
decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only fear is their coach.
That's okay. First of all, yes, there's no arguing about their stuckness. They've stacked talent in that team. I made that point last time out when I was here with Elijah. The other thing, yes, Roberto Martinez could be a question mark on them, because when you compare the lineups that they had for the first game versus this one, of which I think also that game they were lucky in a way to win against Czech Republic. He has got to stick with the back four because that's how they are. So instead of going with Diogo Dalot on one side and Cancelo on the other, just stick with Nuno Mendes. Don't play him as a centre back or in a back three. Let him play on the left back positioning, and then everything else will flow. Bruno Fernandes was playing as a defensive midfielder in the first game against Czech Republic. Bring in Palhinha. Let him play in that position. If everything works right for Portugal, they can go all the way. That's the only thing. Everything has got to work right.
Yeah, and even what you're saying, I think he did that on the second game, actually. Just play Mendes on the left, Bruno as a 10, so he maintained that. Yeah, they look decent. For me, for those big teams, when tunasema teams that we expect to win this tournament, for me, I think they have stood out. They look really, really decent.
I think from what I've seen in their performance, I think it's also showcasing trying to win off Ronaldo of the Portuguese squad. Because as much as he's been the main man for the last 15 years, yeah, it's about time that they move on. And you can see even after he sometimes he's not really in the whole conversation as they are building up play, but they can play without him. That's the main thing from what I've seen in this tournament, and I think it's a good thing because yesterday tuliona assist yake and it was pretty nice. Wait, the Ronaldo for 2018, the guy would have shot that thing.
Okay, can I ask a question though? When you slot in, and you bring in Gonzalo Ramos, like, what's the kind of change that you're gonna see from number 9 that you're seeing right now with Cristiano Ronaldo?
Not much, because I think what Ronaldo doesn't have in terms of pace and speed, he makes up with being wily. And the fact that everyone is just scared of him.
Yeah.
Like, it's Ronaldo. You saw the kids.
The selfies.
You saw the kids.
Yeah.
They're lining up. They're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, wow. Yeah. I know. I don't think they have a better option.
Because ideally, it should be Gonzalo
they
Ramos
don't,
and they to usher him during the World Cup. And thank God, Roberto Martinez came on and he brought back Cristiano Ronaldo into the core.
Yeah. Again, when you have time, and the Athletic, they have a very good story about why you have to be nice to Ronaldo. If you're not, you lose your job. And Costa is one of the things. And it goes back to Benitez and it goes back to so many guys, and they explain how Ferguson got the best out of him, how Ancelotti got the best out of him, and how they're able to do that and how you have to do it. It's a very nice story. It's a very nice, well-written article. It argues really well in how they think. So it would be worth your read. But I think for all the big teams, they've looked. I would put them in the top 2, top 3.
Yeah.
So far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before you guys kill me.
The Czech Republic one was a bit of a hiccup. But
Plus the Czech will get all these teams from, you see, Czech, Croatia, Slovenia. See, ukikaa tu hivi, my friend, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Those teams, Denmark, they're teams which, on paper, today if you're told to name the whole Danish team, you're going to have past after 4 players, you'll start with But they, as a unit, they play really well.
Yeah.
So the Czech are like that. The Czech, and I have a soft spot for the Czech because of Karel Bogoski and Pavel Nedved and the Euro 96, because they showed up and they were excellent. And Euro 2004, for the one person who can remember, they got to the final. They were brilliant.
They lost the group.
Yes. No. They got to the semi. Was it semi or the final? The Greece beat Portugal in the final, I think.
Yes. They got to the final. Who? The Portuguese?
The Czech.
Oh, the Czech. Okay, sorry.
I think they got to the semi. They had this with the men of white hair, nice old man, and they would play like you have Vladimir Smitsa and Patrick Baga, and so I don't borrow too much. I wasn't too worried. The Czech will always give you a game. The Czech, Croatia, the only reason now they can't give you a game is because everyone in that midfield is my age mates.
It's like, yes.
Now you can't have my age mates playing in, like, just like you can't have Trent, you can't have my age mates in the field and expect to win. No, it's not possible.
And also when you say so far, is also down to Turkey being so bad yesterday, right?
I thought Turkey gave them too much respect.
Yes.
They
did.
And
Give them plenty of opportunities there to
too
score.
much respect. Like they were like, oh, this is Portugal.
And that whole actually.
Because even in
They
the
conceded
opening,
their own goal.
Turkey
Their own goal
went
against
with the other team, and we even saw Gula performing
Georgia.
so well. Yeah.
Against Georgia.
Yeah.
Can you please now give my team has surprised even me.
Yes.
It has surprised even me.
Yes.
I'm like, the way there is no one who's really a standout, we could get to the quarters. No, first it was just round of 16.
Yes.
Now I'm seeing like we could get to the quarters.
What do you like about them? And
we are fighting. I don't understand all these high press and all those things. They are very un-German-like, but tunangangana. Na wazee wanajaribu. Gundo. Cruz. Tunangangana tu hapo. Rudiger is mzee huko nyuma.
Neuer.
And of course.
the goal.
Yeah, Neuer in the second game was impressive against Hungary.
Yes.
That save from the free kick by Szoboszlai, it was just top level. And also the quality that you have with Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz, that you can't deny. They are taking turns at each other. So this guy impresses in this game, the other does in the other game. And if at all you have a question on whether it's Kai Havertz or it's Nicholas Fulkrug, I think you're in a good position.
No,
as
tunaanza na Kai, because Kai is a smarter footballer, he's a real baller. Then second half tunaweka mtu cross ball kwa box.
Yes.
Fulkrug.
Bora tu Thomas Muller asitoke kwa bench, we are fine.
And so far, do you have any questions on what they can do?
No, they are overachieving.
Overachieving.
I did not think these guys were. Did you see us lose to Greece and lose to Hungary, lose to Japan, and We
That was
overachieved.
anti-Flick.
As
It's
a
a
country.
it's a complete change with Nagelsmann.
But the
He's
team-
completely
I-
changed
I- I-
how the team is
as a-
structured.
As a country, kutoka kukosa kutoka kwa group stage ya World Cup.
Yeah.
Wewe bora tuache tufike tu round of 16, alafu tufike quarter final. Then after that tuombe Mungu.
Yeah, I think you have already qualified to the next round,
they have.
Yes.
but it's very important for you to win the group.
And today is a tricky game.
Yeah,
the
you-
Swiss can
Yes,
that's
it's
it's
another
like a
tricky
derby
team,
of sorts.
Yeah.
They're very similar.
Yeah, because I don't know that route, because if you finish second, I think you're going to meet the second place team in the group that has Spain. So it could be Italy.
But you know those big teams we are okay with. Our problem is Hungary, Japan. Those are the ones that have. Every time we meet the Netherlands, what tunataka France? Please bring it. If France we beat all the time, easy.
Yes.
Yeah, bring that France.
But do you think if a team will exploit the cracks that Hungary showed against Germany, it would be a problem for Germany, given the fact that the middle isn't too much.
That's why I say I am just hoping. Unajua? Kuna ile unakuanga na roho juu. Unajua ile unasema there's a one you are just like wewe tusonge tu.
Andre.
A step at a time. Si tumefika round of 16. It's fine. Yes, is Germany the complete team? No, not by any stretch of imagination. But tumebambanya tunakaa like you know what we are doing.
Yeah.
Tuendelee tu hapo.
Gundo playing at that
Hopefully tufike hapo, tufike tu quarter final. Then tufike after semi final, anything possible
goes,
for anything. Lakini France kutana tunagonga. Hiyo nayo usikuwe na shaka. Dawa yetu tunajua how tunajua kudeal na wao. Shida ni tupate timu odd div. Unaona hii round of 16 timu awkward div kama Italy can confuse Germany. Hivyo. Because hatuko lakini tuna hold on to their life.
So between Portugal, Germany, Spain, like how do you rank them so far?
I'd put Portugal is first just because of the talent.
Yeah.
But they are those would be Portugal, Spain, Germany, and I'd still put France.
Yeah.
Because of their big game, they just show up for the big stage.
Yeah.
I'd still put France.
Okay.
I'd still
Yes.
This
Yes.
is Didier Deschamps.
Yes.
He has a way. So I would not write them off at all. But I think those ones are like. But there's no one who's
Overwhelming.
like you know this is the